Hey everyone, this is Mike and today it is time for a rant. I mentioned in yesterday's video I am not happy with the way that the Relic works at the moment, and today I'm basically just going to voice my opinion, share my thoughts, get this off my chest, because I'm really not happy. I made this video yesterday already technically, but seeing how yesterday I also went into the castrum, got that content finished, know what all of the rewards for that are now as well, I basically decided to do the video again because I have new information right now. And it basically made it only worse when it comes down to my personal thoughts on this. So when it comes down to Bozja itself, I want to get this out of the way first because I think Bozja is a lot of fun. Doing the skirmishes, spawning the critical engagements, getting prio by spawning those critical engagements from doing the skirmishes, then having a chance at the 1v1, which I still haven't actually been able to do a single 1v1 at this point, which is kind of unfortunate, but hopefully I'll be able to get that done in the future. And then of course, once you reach rank 10, you get access to the castrum, which is like a mini Baldesian arsenal. Did it yesterday, had a lot of fun doing it. Definitely going to be doing it more as well, because I want the glamour that is attached to that piece of content. But that is also what Bozja kind of boils down to for me. Glamour, a mount, and a minion. And that shouldn't really be what Bozja is. Because Bozja is supposed to be the place where we grind for our relic, right? That was what Eureka was in Stormblood. Even though I was not the biggest fan of how Eureka functioned, it was still okay to get the relic done. It was the place where you farm your relic. And in previous expansions we always had specific quests attached to the relic grind. And that was all fine by me. Now when it comes down to Bozja, you basically are given a choice. You accept the quest from the smith, whatever the guy is called again, and then he gives you a choice. Either you go into Bozja, which is a separate quest by the way, like I went into Bozja before I actually picked up the Relic quest because they're two separate quests for some reason. So you have the choice to go into Bozja to do your Relic, or you have the choice to do Heavensward Fates. Heavensward Fates. 4-year-old content for a Shadowbringer's Relic. Let that sink in for a second. Now, okay, let's just put the fact aside that I'm not a big fan of the fact that you can do 4-year-old content for a current expansion relic. Like, if they would have taken Shadowbringer's Fates, I would have probably been a little bit more okay with this, because that also would make for the opportunity for people that have not finished the shared fate system yet to get that done as well, because you need to grind Shadowbringer's Fates to finish the shared fate system, work towards getting that shared fate currency, getting some of the items from those shops as well. I would have been somewhat okay with that, but the fact that it's Heavensward Fates specifically is something that doesn't sit right with me. Now, let's just put aside my personal dislike for being able to do 4-year-old content for a current relic. Let's take a look at the drop rate of the materials that you need to make your relic. If you don't know how this works, basically you need 3 different materials, you need 20 of each material in order to advance your relic to the next step. And these both drop inside of Bozja by doing skirmishes and critical engagements. I don't think they drop from normal fights, I'm not sure if they drop from the 1v1. They don't drop inside the castrum, that one I know for sure. So for the most part you're doing just the fates, critical engagements as well as the skirmishes inside Bozja to get them. And then you can also get them to drop by doing fates outside of Bozja. So basically you're still doing fates to get these materials to drop. Now the problem is, at the time that I took these screenshots, I had done 70 skirmishes and 20 critical engagements, give or take, and I have around 30 to 33 of these items, meaning, if we do the math, about a 30 to a 33% drop rate, which is not all that amazing. Now if we go and look at the Heavensward Fates, we have a 100% drop rate. Why is 4-year-old content more efficient to farm than the content that was specifically designed for this relic? If they would have made it so that Bozja gives you a 100% drop rate, it would still take longer to get the relic inside of Bozja, because critical engagements take way longer to kill than some random old boss fight or boss fate in Heavensward. Also because Blue Mage exists now, and Blue Mage destroys fates basically. So you have that as well. You also have flying mounts inside of the Heavensward zone, so it's faster to get around the place as well. So basically, doing Heavensward Fates is much faster for you to farm the relic. I would have loved to see the roles reversed. They would have been like, okay, you have Bozja, this is a piece of content where you farm for your relic. Every time that you finish a skirmish or a critical engagement, you gain 1 offset material that you need. If you want to go and farm 4-year-old content, yeah, you're gonna have a 50% drop rate or something like that. So it'll take you longer to do it if you're deciding to farm Heavensward Fates. But no, it takes 3 times as long to farm everything inside of Bozja, not even counting in the fact that it's harder to move around and that the fates take longer to kill than the Heavensward Fates. So probably it's going to take you 4, maybe even 5 times as long to finish one relic. What I was expecting to get from Bozja was a place where I could farm my relic, and then whilst I am farming multiple relics, I am also going to be getting those other things on the side, like the log boxes to get the mount, the minion, and also get the clusters or fragments, whatever they're called, to get the other mount, as well as the hairstyle, the orchestrion, the dance that is attached to it as well, or the emote, whatever it might have been. But you don't get that. You go into Bozja to basically farm the minion and the mount and whatever else. You go into Bozja to get the glamour that is attached to the castrum, and whilst you're doing those things, you're getting a relic on the side. The relic seems a side thought to Bozja, which I think is a very bad way of implementing it, because you're just going in there, you're doing those critical engagements, you're doing the skirmishes, but why are you doing them? It's not efficient for the relic at all. It is much faster to go and grind fates in Heavensward instead, which die a lot faster, easier to move around, yada yada yada. It's just much more efficient to do them over there. So I really would like them to see in like a hot fix or whatever, to make either the Bozja fates 100% drop rate, because otherwise people are just not going to be doing Bozja to finish their relic, because there's no point. What are you gonna do in Bozja outside of your relic? Yeah, get a really bad drop rate on all of those clusters or whatever, to get the hairstyle and to get the mount. Try to get 1 or 2 log boxes per fate if you get lucky, to try and get the mount or something, which you can also buy from the market board, by the way. So if you want to spend some gil on the mount instead of grind however many hours you need, you can do so as well. And then the castrum at the end doesn't even drop you clusters or whatever, it just gives you fragments which transform into lost actions, and it gives you coins, and the coins are transformed into glamour essentially. You can upgrade this glamour as well for having specific Bozja stats on them, which is haste. But basically you need to do about 100 runs of this dungeon of the castrum if you want a fully upgraded set, and that is only for one set, by the way. So if you want to get all of the glamour that is there to get, you're gonna run that dungeon a lot. I think it takes about 5 runs to get a normal glamour set basically, which is what I am planning to do at least. But it's safe to say that I am not very happy with this. I'm enjoying Bozja. I think the way Bozja functions as like content on its own is really good. But why does the Heavensward Fates reward you better than the content that was specifically designed for the relic itself? That is something that is really bugging me. Either make it so that Bozja is also 100%, make it so that the Heavensward Fates also drop down to a 30% drop chance or something like that. Because the way it is right now, Bozja is not going to survive for very long. People are just going to be doing the Heavensward Fates if they want to be getting their relic done instead of Bozja. And I just think it's a pity, because Bozja is really fun. I've been enjoying it. I want to do the castrum more. I want to get into those 1v1s as well. The bosses themselves are also interesting when it comes down to the critical engagements. Even though the mechanics are relatively simple once you learn them, learning the mechanics takes a little while, and they're very punishing as well. And it's just a really fun concept to me personally. I've been enjoying Bozja, but a lot of people just aren't going to be doing it because Heavensward Fates are so much more efficient than Bozja itself. So I just want to get this off my chest. I really hope that Square Enix fixes this problem, and I really hope that this trend does not continue going into the next Bozjas as well, because there are going to be more Bozja instances going into the next steps of the relic as well. So I really hope that this does not make a return if they decide to not change this. If they don't change this, then I am not really going to be all that motivated to do Bozja at all, because I could have already been done with 1.5 relics, whereas right now I'm not even done with half of my relic, or well, I guess technically I am halfway on my relic. So yeah, it's pretty frustrating to see the way that it has been handled. So I would like to see this change, because otherwise, as I said, Bozja is just going to be dead on arrival pretty much. But yeah, that's my opinion. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this now that you know all of this information. Are you going to continue doing Bozja, or are you just going to jump into Heavensward Fates, get your relic from there instead? Just yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you think about it. I just want to get this off my chest, because as you can see, I am kind of frustrated by this. But that's gonna be it for today. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank my patrons for supporting me, and I'll see you in the next one.